It is no secret to longtime fans of the channel that trading card games have been a big influence in my life, both on and off the channel. In this series, both DemonBattler and myself will be opening 24 packs, or one box, of each core Yu-Gi-Oh! Booster set in chronological order. After each opening, we will build decks from all of the cards we have opened thus far, then duel each other in a best-of-3 match with 3 prizes up for grabs to improve our decks. The winner will receive 2 of those prizes, and the loser will get 1. The possibilities for prizes are almost limitless, including single cards, sealed product, structure decks, and much more. Every card in the entire game's history will be obtainable in some form. However, neither of us will be able to rest on past laurels easily. The ever-changing official Forbidden and Limited list, our own choices of cards to be banished to the Shadow Realm, and even changes to the very rules of the game will keep our decks and duels fresh. This is yet another Yu-Gi-Oh! Progression series. Battle Pack Epic Dawn was released May 24th, 2012. This was Yu-Gi-Oh!'s first official foray into limited play. The way this format was played, at a YCS mind you, was 10 packs of this set were given to players, and they were able to construct a 40-card deck with it. We're going to be doing something a little bit differently for this episode. This is a very special episode of yet another Yu-Gi-Oh! Progression series. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be opening 12 packs instead of 10 to be able to ensure that we have enough cards for a 40-card main deck and a 15-card sideboard. In addition to the regular prizes for this duel, the winner will get to keep 3 cards out of their deck and add them to their collection. The loser will get 2, and the rest of the cards will be discarded to the graveyard. So this is a very, very large set. It's 220 cards, has 165 cards at common and 55 at rare. We will get 4 commons and 1 rare per pack, and there are a lot of old staples in this set. So this is going to be a very, very different kind of Yu-Gi-Oh! Something that we really have not seen since Duel Monsters. And I'm very excited. Just because of the wide variety of powerful cards in the set, and all of them are generically good as well. So the pools shouldn't be too much of a difference, and the set is big enough that we really won't know what's coming. So there's going to be a lot of heads-up plays that we won't see again for the rest of the Progression series. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time going over what's in the set. I just want to be able to give you an idea of what is in the set. There are extra deck monsters, but they are all Xyz. And most of the cards at rare are pretty bomby and pretty powerful. There isn't a ton of removal in this set. A lot of your removal is going to either be at rare, or it's going to be combat trick based. So this set is pretty high power, but it is also very large, so it's unlikely that we get a particular card that we're looking for. And obviously none of the bans apply, so anything that we get we'll be able to play. So let's go ahead and get cracking with our 12 packs of Battle Pack Epic Dawn, starting with pack number 1. And we got a Dark Bribe. Oh, we got a Morphing Jar. That is the biggest card that I was looking for at the common slot. Oh my, I think we are absolutely taking this card for our collection after this duel. There is absolutely no way we're not taking this card. Morphing Jar is nuts. Dark Bribe is really good. Asura Priest is quite good as well. There aren't a ton of monsters that have more than 1700 attack, and being able to attack everything is very strong. So I'm pretty happy with these cards. For a second pack, we got Superconductor Tyranno. Nightmare Wheel is good removal. Gene Warp Werewolf is a 2k normal summon. Fiendish Chain is good removal, but Superconductor Tyranno being the rare out of this pack. This is 2 tribute, but it is absolutely massive if we can get some kind of reanimation. There's a little bit of reanimation, but not too much. This could be a heck of a bomb. Alright, let's see what's in our third pack. We did get an Xyz. We got Adrius, Keeper of Armageddon, which is not a very good Xyz. Just because it's going to be almost impossible to get 2 level 5s on the table. Most of the Xyz in here are rank 4, which is the most common level in the set. There aren't a ton of tribute monsters in general, but the ones that are there are quite strong. Big Shield Garden is quite good as well. So let's go ahead and move on to our fourth pack. Another Superconductor Tyranno. Chainsaw Insect is interesting, but I don't think it'll be quite so good. A Dark Resonator is good as well. That is a Spirit Reaper. Well, as close to Spirit Reaper as we're going to get. And it's got a decent attack stat too. It's not going to be running over too much, but just having something that's difficult to destroy by battle is going to be pretty important. So let's move on to our 5th pack. We got a Cyber Jar. That's pretty good. We can conceivably play some almost empty jar-esque deck if we can get maybe a Book of Moon. Green Kappa is very interesting. I think it's quite playable given the amount of back row there is in this set. I don't think it's a card we'll want to play more than one of, but Green Kappa is quite good. And then halfway through, we got a Duality. Cyber Valley is pretty cool too. Shield Crush's removal. We're going to be playing that for sure. And I also forgot to mention Voltic Kong. This isn't bad just by virtue of being an 1800 beater. We're not going to be doing too much milling with it, but Voltic Kong is just good by virtue of being an 1800 beater. Cyber Valley is kind of cool too. Then let's move on to our 7th pack. We got another Dark Bribe and a Lance. Lance is good. We are a little bit low on monsters. Hopefully we can scoop up some more monsters in these last few packs. Gillosaurus isn't bad as a going first card, but it is definitely a card that we will board out if we are going second. Then pack number 8 has a Heavy Storm. Now that card unfortunately is banned, so I won't be able to take it with me outside of this duel, but Heavy Storm is going to be very nice to have. Needle Sealing is going to be a good side deck card. Another Chainsaw Insect. Maybe if we get really hyper aggressive, we can play Chainsaw Insect. It is also noteworthy because this trades with Monarchs, and there are a lot of Monarchs in the set. A Twin-Headed Behemoth is very interesting if we're going to be playing Tributes, but we haven't gotten too many good Tribute summons yet. Pack number 9 has a Snatch Steal. Demon's gonna be furious when he sees that I pulled this. This is a card that has just been absolutely glued to my pool no matter what format we've played. We've played Pure Sealed, Progression Series. This card is just glued to me. And I'm going to have it back for this duel. I am so excited. Book of Moon and United We Stand are really good too. All right, pack number 10. A Mobius too? We're getting all the back row removal. I am loving this. Old Vindictive Magician's removal. Monster Gate's interesting, but I don't think we're going to be able to make it work. Magic Drain's good too. There's a lot of very powerful spells. But I am already excited, and we still have 2 more packs to go. Pack number 11 has a Divine Wrath, Exiled Force. These are all bangers. I think all these cards might actually make the deck, but we will have to see. And then let's open our very last pack. We got a lot of bombs. We didn't really get any playable Xyz, unfortunately, because we're not going to be making 5 stars. Hyper Hammerhead is interesting. I think that's going to wind up getting played. Beast King Barbaros is good just because it's a 1900 normal summon. But I am very happy with what I ended up opening, so let's go ahead and just take a look down. We got a couple of Dark Bribes. We have a lot of good beaters. We have a Morphing Jar, which is going straight into my collection. I'm going to have to decide what my second card is going to be. It's either going to be Duality or Lance, I think. Like, Duality's good, Lance is good. But just overall, I'm super thrilled with this pool, and we are absolutely going to be able to put together a very strong deck. So I'll see you in the games. Now, I will admit that the deck I've come up with is a little bit high rolly, but boy, can this deck make some super sick boards, and it has a lot of comeback potential as well. So this is what I came up with. It's got a lot of 1800 and 1900 beaters, which I'm really happy with. So I'll go ahead and take you down on what we have. We have double Beast King Barbaros. This is the primary reason why I'm playing Monster Gate and so many defensive monsters, is because our board can be very difficult to break in this format, and being able to get 2 tributes on the table to make this a 3k beater is not actually that bad. We have Big Shield Gardna, which is the best defensive threat in the set at 2600. We have Chainsaw Insect, which is an attack position, a defensive threat. You really don't want to battle with this too much because this does draw your opponent a card every time it battles. But this is a very good way to keep your life points safe. 1 Cyber Jar, 1 Cyber Valley. This is a card that would have been good to have in main progression series around 5Ds, but we just didn't get one. 1 Cybernetic Magician, because believe it or not, I don't think that the number of tribute monsters I had with just Mobius and Superconductor Tyranno was enough. Beast King Barbaros is kind of a tribute monster, but I can also just normal summon it as a 1900. Cybernetic Magician is just another Monarch, effectively. We have Dark Resonator, which can't be destroyed by battle. Drill Rage to take out Defensive threats, exiled forces removal. Gillosaurus is a going first card. If we are going second, we will side this out. Go 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 Golem is another Dark Resonator. Grave Squirmer is removal. If it gets destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can pop any card on the field. Green Kappa will deal with back row, which there are a lot of powerful back row in this set, so being able to snipe those is very nice. Unfortunately, you do need to be careful to only set this when your opponent has 2 back row, because there do need to be 2 set cards to be able to pop with this, so it can force you to pop your own. 1 Mobius for more back row removal. Morphing Jar, very, very happy to have this card. I cannot wait to play Empty Jar soon. 1 Mysterious Guard, Old Vindictive, more removal. Superconductor Tyranno is the biggest monster in the set at 3,300 attack. It is 2 tribute, so it is very difficult to get out. But this card is quite strong if you can manage to get it on the table. 3,300, there is nothing in the set that can get over this. And then 1 Twin-Headed Behemoth as a way to get our tribute monsters out. A Voltic Kong is an 1,800. Zolga is an interesting one in this deck because we're doing a lot of tribute summoning. So being able to gain 2,000 extra life points as a control deck can be very powerful. And then 1 copy of Gene Warp Warwolf as a 2k beater rounding out the monsters. For the spells, we have Book of Moon, Forbidden Lance, Heavy Storm, Monster Gate. Monster Gate is a little bit high-rolly in this deck, but it has an extremely high ceiling with Superconductor Tyranno and a Beast King Barbaros. I debated playing Ancient Gear Golem instead of Superconductor Tyranno, but Monster Gate's just going to be funny if it works. Then Offerings to the Doom, Duality, Shield Crush. This is one of our good removal spells. Mostly useful when we're ahead, but there are a lot of defensive threats that this hits. Snatch Steal, super excited to have this, and I hope to be able to dunk on Demon with this at least once. 1 Tribute to the Doomed, 1 United We Stand, and then for the traps we have Changing Destiny, Progression Playoffs All-Star. This lets you immobilize a monster, and either your opponent takes damage equal to half that monster's attack, or you gain that many life points. Double Dark Bribe, 1 Divine Wrath, 1 Fiendish Chain, 1 Magic Drain, and 1 Nightmare Wheel, rounding out our main deck. For the side, we don't have a ton of relevant stuff. We do have the Ancient Gear Golem if we want to bring it in against a heavy back row. We have a Sura Priest if Demon is on a bunch of small dorks, but I think there are too many monsters with 1,800 and 1,900 attack for this to be good. We have Naturia Strawberry, which was another late cut. 2nd Superconductor Tyranno, I don't think this is coming in. Tricky could come in depending on how slow the games get, because we do pitch a lot of cards, so this could be a way to get tribute fodder out, but we just didn't pull enough monarchs to make tribute, or to make the Tricky worth it. Another Voltic Kong, Wind Up Dog, different Dimension Gate. This will come in against our opponent's bombs if our opponent's deck is bomb heavy. A double Infected Male. We don't have enough level 4s to be able to really make this worth it. But this card can be quite good for getting damage through defensive threats, and then 1 copy of Needle Sealing, rounding the side out, and the extra is 2 Idiots that we will never use. I am so excited to throw down with some Battle Pack Sealed with Demon. I hope you're ready to high-five the sky, because it's time to duel. So today's episode is going to be something a little bit different, like we've alluded to. These are 60 cards that we will have access to for only this episode. We will be able to take a limited quantity of these with us, but it all depends on the outcome of this duel, and I think it's going to be a nice mental reset for Demon if he wins this, but I'm not going to make it easy on him, of course. I never would.
Of course not. But yeah, if anything, it's kind of nice just having a bit more of a bare bones experience after so long.
It is, and I'm a little bit surprised that this only lasted for 3 packs because I think limited play is really exciting, just in general.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool too. I'm honestly surprised Konami didn't stick with it very long, but I mean, that's how they tend to be though. They keep something up for a short time and then they just abandon it, so...
It'll also be interesting to play with a lot of these older cards with the new Master Rules as well.
Yeah. Okay. Normally I'd be a lot more concerned, but given its battle packs, going first isn't that big of a problem.
Alright, draw for turn, because I do get to do that. Standby main, I'm in a Duality.
Oh, you got a Duality. Okay.
Alright, so let's see what we get. Definitely gonna take this Monster Gate.
Interesting. And I see 2 extra deck, too.
And then I'm going to set a monster and set a back row, and I will pass my turn.
Okay. I'll draw. Stand by main. Okay. Let's go with this. I'm gonna run out Mila, the Temporal Magician, and I'm gonna use her effect to look at this card.
It is a Divine Wrath.
Ooh. Good to know.
Yeah, that's a very good thing to know about.
Okay, so battle phase. Let's go ahead, see what you got.
It's Grave Squirmer. I'm going to shoot the Milla.
Okay, so that goes. Main phase 2. I will set 2 cards, and I will throw it to you.
Draw for turn. Standby phase, main phase.
And we'll keep that a note just in case, because I have been known to walk into a tunnel before.
I will go ahead and run out Twin-Headed Behemoth.
Ooh.
Then I'm going to roll the dice. I'm going to Monster Gate it.
Oh, Monster Gate. Interesting.
That was what I took off the Duality.
Well, yeah, I know. I just find it interesting that you're going to do that now instead of on Behemoth of all things. Magic Drain. Oh, god damn, that is a...
That's not bad.
I mean, it's not bad. I don't know if that's necessarily the one you would have wanted.
Not particularly, but that is still not a bad thing to get. I will pass the turn.
Okay. Draw. Standby. Main. I think I'm just... Man, this is a tough one, actually. Well, I mean, I know which... Since I know it's Divine Wrath, I guess I might as well try to push a little bit. I'm going to run out Fisher.
That will take care of it.
And I normally wouldn't attack with this thing, but I'm going to summon out Blast Sphere.
I mean, it's not bad.
Kick Boom.
14 in.
Alright, main phase 2. Let's just pass.
Card for turn. Standby phase, main phase. I am going to set a monster and pass the turn.
Okay. Draw. Standby main. I think I'm just going to set a monster and pass.
Card for turn. Standby phase, main phase. I'm going to Shield Crusher set.
Ooh. That was another Blast Sphere.
Then I am going to pass the turn.
Alright. Draw. Standby main. Ugh. I will just set a card. So, what do I deal with here? I mean, I guess we might as well attack and see what it is.
It's Mysterious Guard. I'm going to put your Blast Sphere on top of the deck.
Okay. Alright, pass the turn.
Card for turn. Standby phase, main phase. I'm just going to run out a big boy. Barbaros.
Ooh, Bally.
Battle.
Oh,
sorry.
Yeah, no, let's go ahead and torrential that.
Oh, that's a pretty nice pickup. Go ahead.
Alright.
Lovely. Now this means that I'm probably gonna have to deal with TT now too.
Possibly.
If there's two cards that you're thinking about taking out of your pool over TT, I'm scared.
You know what? Let's go for some power. I'm gonna activate Autonomous Action Unit.
AAU? That's disgusting.
And let's get that Beast King Barbaros.
That's pretty good. That is pretty good.
Battle?
I'll just take it all.
There we go. And then I'll end my turn.
Card for turn, standby phase, main phase. This is going to be a blast from the past that you're not going to like too much. So you might remember a certain card that seems to be glued to my collection.
Oh, jeez, you got a snatch.
I did get a snatch steal, and I'm going to grab my Barbaros back, please.
Let's just go to game 2 instead.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Your pool's cracked, dude.
First win in a long time.
Your pool's just cracked. Wow. Wow, what a blowout AAU was that game.
Yeah. Not very often that's actually a thing, but hey, it worked out.
It's a solid card. Draw for turn, standby phase, main phase. I am going to set one back row and pass.
Interesting. Okay. Draw. Standby main. I think I'm just going to set a card and pass the turn.
Card for turn. Standby phase, main phase. I will What could you have? I think I'm going to go ahead and just run Barbarossa out as a 19.
Okay.
Battle.
All right.
Hit.
And tick, tick, boom.
Indeed. Yeah, that card's pretty good.
If only it was based on original attack, but oh well.
I am going to just pass the turn.
All right. Draw. Standby, main. I think I'm going to just set a card, and for a little insurance, I'm going to run out Cyber Valley.
Cyber Valley's a good card.
And I'll pass the turn.
Yep. I will draw for the turn. During the standby phase, Barbarossa will die, and I will take 19. Main.
When we're in a format that doesn't have triple MST on both sides, Blast Sphere is actually a lot more dangerous.
It is, yeah. I am going to set a monster and pass.
Okay, let's see. I'll draw, standby main. I think I'm going to set a monster, set a card, and pass.
Card for turn. Standby phase, main phase. I think this is too much value to do now, so I'm just going to jar here.
Ooh, Cyber Jar.
Yeah, I think this is just too much value.
Thinking.
You got a Divine Wrath for me?
No. Nah, I'm just gonna let it go.
Okay.
That was my old Vindictive Magician.
That was a pretty good hit. Those are Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Bribe, Changing Destiny, Offerings, and Chainsaw.
That Jinzo is terrifying.
Alright, so I'm gonna add these to my hand, and then I'm gonna set both of these monsters.
Okay, so it's Exiled Force and Fortress Warrior. Okay. How do I want to go about this is the question. This is kind of a challenging choice because Jinzo might be a little bit of an issue for me. Do I give you a card at a 50-50 shot at popping Exiled Force is the question. I think I do. Because I think that Cyber Jar put me a little bit behind, but I have a lot of defenses. So I'm going to actually go ahead and attack this one.
Okay. That is my Exile Force, so I will draw a card.
I've got the right one, at least. Main 2, I haven't normaled yet, so I'm actually going to set a monster, then set a back row. I'm actually going to set one more back row, because otherwise I'll have to discard. Oh, geez, I'll have to discard anyway. I guess I'm setting all of these, then. Go!
Alright, so you definitely set Offerings, because you know Jinzo's coming, so that's the only way to clear it. And then probably both Dark Bribes afterwards. I guess I'm going to just set a couple of cards, and then I guess we'll just go ahead and Fisher the Chainsaw Insect.
That's fine.
Okay, and I'll pass the turn.
Card for turn. Standby phase, main phase. I'm actually going to flip up green Kappa here and target your new set and this set.
Ooh, green Kappa. Okay. That's fine. So you got my Torrential Tribute and my Offerings to the Doomed.
Then I am going to tribute green Kappa for Cybernetic Magician.
Ooh, that's a pretty neat little pickup.
Then we're going to proceed to battle. And I'm going to try to hit over this set.
Unfortunately for you, it was a Boom Jar.
A jar of your own. Okay.
So do you wish to activate a Divine Wrath?
I can't, unfortunately, so I am going to let that resolve. Interesting we both got Cyber Jar, because that's a rare.
Ooh.
AAU Book Bay. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Brano. Interesting. That's something I wasn't expecting to see.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to wind up discarding a bunch of cards. Because all these go to my hand.
Honestly, I'm kind of okay keeping the Witch in attack mode, since you can't summon anything right now anyway.
Alright, main 2. This is pretty crusty, actually. I am going to have to discard a bunch of cards anyway. Let me see. I have 11 cards in my hand, so I might be a while. I know you have AAU in hand, so doing what I want to do is actually a huge problem. I'm actually going to try to clear up some zones, so I'm actually going to Offerings the Witch here. That's going to seem a little sus, but I just need to get zones cleaned up right now.
Offerings the Witch.
I don't like it, but
Okay.
okay, you can get your search.
Let's see. I guess I'll pick up a copy of Breaker.
That's a good card. Then I am going to set 2 cards face down. Then I'll proceed to the end phase, and I am going to pitch United We Stand. Believe it or not, Heavy Storm. This card is kind of rotting in my hand right now.
Yeah, kind of a rough one at the moment.
And then I can't discard this card. Yeah, I just cannot discard that card. That's just not possible. Then I'm actually going to pitch... I'm going to pitch Tribute to the Doomed and pass.
Ooh, Tribute to the Doomed. Interesting. Alright, I'll draw.
Yeah, that's a rough card to pitch.
That is. Okay, let's see. This is going to be an interesting choice. I'm going to start by activating Call of the Haunted, targeting my Witch.
Call of the Haunted targeting Witch, huh? I know you have Jinzo in your hand is a big problem. Yeah, I just need to keep you off Jinzo. I don't like it, but I need to keep you off Jinzo.
Alright, so I'll draw. I have an idea on what I could do, which would be funny. The problem is it doesn't do anything to really ensure the end game. I think I'm going to summon out Breaker. Any response to the summon?
The counter's fine.
Then I will use the counter to target this card. Any response to that?
That is going to get the Divine Wrath, and I'm going to pitch Lance.
Okay, so that's Divine Wrath. So, okay, so your face downs, I'm assuming, are going to be the other Dark Bribe, Changing Destiny, and probably Book of Moon. So, I guess well, you also have to skip a turn. You have to skip a draw phase.
Correct.
So, I guess the idea is just going for what I can. I'm going to pay 1,500 and activate Autonomous Action Unit.
God,
And I'm going to target Barbaros.
AAU is so good against this deck. Just, wow. Sure, Barbaros is yours.
Okay. Did not think that was going to go that far. I normaled for the turn.
Yeah, you normal Breaker this turn.
Alright. Let's go in for 3.
I'm going to activate Changing Destiny here.
Okay. Change it to defense. Cannot change its battle position while face up on the field. Okay.
And then either you take 15 or I gain 15.
No. It's actually the opposite. Either I gain the 15 or you take the 15. This card honestly sucks, not gonna lie. Let's see.
Yeah, do you want 15 or do I take 15?
I kind of... Let's see. I think I'm going to go ahead and take the 1,500 points.
Okay, that's fine.
The main 2, I will set 3 cards face down and pass the turn.
I don't get the card for turn, but I will go to standby, go to main. Just gonna drop a couple face down and pass.
Okay. Draw. Standby, main. Well, first things first, I'm gonna book the Beast King, Barbaros.
That's cute.
Does it resolve?
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright.
Yeah, so that's gonna reset Changing Destiny, and more importantly, it resets the AAU.
Yep.
That thing's gonna be
Okay.
3K when it comes back up, too.
Yes, it is. So I'm going to... The tough part is you have book. I know you have book. That's the tough part. That's the real challenge to this. I'm going to run out Mila the Temporal Magician.
That is fine. What would you like to see?
Let's take a peek at this one.
Sure, that is the Book of Moon.
Okay.
Yeah, it is the Book of Moon you knew about.
Unfortunately, it's not going to do enough to actually help me, but I'm aware of it being a thing.
You knew it was there off the Cyberjar, you just didn't know what position it was in.
Right. So we'll flip the Barbaros up, and then... Okay, the question is, what the hell do you... So you have Dark Bribe, you have Book.
And I believe this card is unknown.
I believe so.
The last card, I believe, is unknown.
Battle... I know you have Big Shield Garna, so let's go ahead and attack with the big boy first.
It is indeed Gardna.
I am glad I thought about that. Now, granted,
18.
it could have been a lot of damage otherwise, but...
No, I think that plays right.
Main phase 2, I'm going to set a card, and then I will throw it over to you.
Card for turn. Standby main. You've already used a Book of Moon, and the set's big enough that you probably don't have another one, so I'm actually going to go ahead and just grab my Barbaros back.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
I'm gonna go to battle phase.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to hit over this Mila, please.
I'm going to activate my power frame. This lets me negate the attack, equip it to Mila, and then she gains attack power until she reaches 3k.
I am going to chain Book of Moon targeting Mila.
Ooh, okay. Okay, so here's the interesting thing. This still negates the attack. I just don't get the power monster.
It does.
Because this targets your monster, not mine.
It does, but what's more important is that the power frame falls off.
Right.
I also have not normaled this turn. What I wanted to do with the Book of Moon was set the Barbaros in response to like removal so I could flip it back up later, but I'm just going to set a monster since I haven't normaled yet this turn.
Fair.
Then I'm going to pass.
Okay, so I'm going to draw.
You're going to gain a stack.
Which, honestly, I probably am going to need. Okay.
Barbaros is a big boy.
It is. Let me think. How do I want to deal with this? There actually is one way I can sort of deal with this card. I'm not exactly a fan of it, but I think it's worth it. I'm going to activate Big Bang Shot and target Barbaros.
I see where this is going. This is hilarious. I love doing this with Big Bang Shot. That's fine, yeah.
And then I'm going to... I think I'm just going to set a monster and pass the turn.
Yeah, I see exactly where this is going. Card for turn, standby phase, main phase. So here's what we're going to do to answer this. And this is going to be really funny. I'm actually going to tribute both my monsters.
All right.
For Superconductor Tyranno.
Ooh, that's pretty sweet.
We're going to go to battle, and we're going to try to hit over this set.
Bang, bang.
Wait, is that 2?
Yeah, I pulled 2 of them.
That's a rare! There's 55 rares in this set. That's not good. Your pool is so cracked, dude.
Because this thing. Go, 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 golem. And then... Oh, wow, you got 2 Barbaros.
I did, yeah. Yeah, that's not a rare, that's a common. So that's, like, reasonable.
Okay, so I'm going to add... Zaborg.
Cyber Valley gets put in attack. And then the other 2 get set, I think.
And then I'm going to set both of these.
Alright, main 2, I think I'm actually just going to try to snipe this problem monster.
Well, you got my Zolga.
I got the wrong one. Then I am going to ship the turn your way, and here is going to come a big Zaborg soon.
Okay, draw, standby, main. This is going to be interesting. So how do I want to do this? God, there's something I want to do so bad, but I can't. It kills me. All right, I'm going to sacrifice... Yeah, I hate doing it, but I'm going to sack the Blast Sphere for the Zaborg, and I'm going to target the Cyber Valley.
That is fine.
Okay. Battle phase. Zaborg is going to go into this one.
It's Resonator.
Damn. Okay. Main phase 2. I know Barbaros is there. So I'm going to activate my Horn of the Unicorn, targeting my Zaborg.
That gets him over Barbaros.
Yes, it does.
That's pretty good. Card for turn, standby phase, main phase. Or it did if I didn't have Exiled Force.
Ah.
Is the summon of Exiled Force good?
Summon's good.
I'm going to use the effect and pop your Zaborg.
That would be nice if I didn't have Divine Wrath. I will pitch my Asura Priest.
I'm going to bribe the Divine Wrath.
Alright, so I will draw a card. So now we're down to 1 mystery card.
Your Zaborg is dead.
Oh, right.
And then Horn will go on top of your deck. Now, I think I need to start getting damage in here, so I'm gonna...
You know what's the sad and funny part about Dark Resonator? It's the fact that we have tuners in the set, but not a single synchro monster.
I like it this way, though. It's a lot simpler. How many good targets do I have left? I think I might have used all my good targets for Monster Gate. As much as I'd like to get a 3k body on the table, I think I just need to try to send as much damage as I can.
Fair.
I'm just going to turn the whole team vertical.
Ooh. Okay.
And then we're just going to swing for the fences. It'll be 13, 18, and 19, so that's...
So 1,300 in, and I have the Trag.
Oh my god, you have a Trag? Holy shit. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm actually gonna Fiendish Chain the Trag to make it 0 stats.
Oh, that's pretty good.
So then I'm gonna hit over the Trag for 18.
Alright. And then 19.
19 from Barbaros. That was a pretty big hit.
That was.
I am going to main 2, set a back row, and pass the turn.
Draw, standby, main. Let's see. I have to deal with this thing, which is the problem. Fortunately, that still puts me in a slight predicament.
This game all of a sudden got real close.
It did. I have ideas on how to close it out. The problem is, how do I do it without killing me in the process or posing a threat? Is there anything else I can think of that would help here? Not necessarily. I'm going to AAU targeting your Tyranno.
Yeah, that's really good. You can have him.
Alright, then I'm going to... So let's see.
I think I know exactly what you're up to.
Okay, I think that's enough. Alright, I'm going to run out Dekoichi, the battle-chanted locomotive.
That's a deco.
I'm going to equip him with the Horn of the Unicorn.
So it makes 21.
Battle. Him into Dekoichi into Resonator.
So that's 8 going through.
Then...
And then the Barbaros is, I imagine, going to clear out this Dark Resonator, and I'm going to take 2 stacks.
Main 2, I will set a card. I will pass the turn.
You got the rod?
I got the rod, targeting Dekoichi.
Yep, that'll do. Your pool is so cracked.
I was sitting here like, how do I do this without sending it into a draw? Because I can't do Tyranno. I couldn't use Tyranno's effect, because if I did that, then it was going to put me too low to blow up anything.
So your pool was actually the perfect counter to mine.
I'm honestly surprised, because like when I looked at it to begin with, I was like, I have some decent spell and traps, but like I honestly felt like I was lacking a fair bit in terms of the power department.
I had the issue of, I think you saw just about everything. There were a few cards you didn't get to see. I'll just go ahead and mill the deck out so you can see it.
I wanted so bad to drop Obelisk on you, but I couldn't. But yeah, this, honestly, the pulls were actually pretty interesting, because, like, so you had a Snatch Steal.
Your double AAU is what won you the game. So what I was actually going for is I was actually kind of going for a Monster Gate type strategy, where I had a bunch of little dinky dudes with effects that would allow me to plus. And then I could try to Monster Gate them into a Barbaros or a Tyranno.
Right.
It's just, unfortunately, you had... Oh my god, your deck was disgusting. You had double AAU, you had Call of the Haunted.
I had triple AAU, actually.
Jesus, dude. Yeah, there was no way I was winning this. If you had triple AAU.
Cyberjar. Yeah, I had triple AAU, triple Cyberjar. I managed to get a Torrential, I got a Snatch Steal, a Harpy's Feather Duster. Like, I had a lot of, like, good power cards. The only problem was, like I said, I didn't know if I was necessarily going to have anything worth acting as a finisher, which, funny enough, you having the big beaters worked out nicely for AAU then.
Yeah, it was just not possible for me to really win this matchup. It was so... I thought my deck was pretty solid, just... You happen to have triple AAU, which is the perfect counter for this deck. I felt my spell traps were solid.
And I guess I might as well show that, too, because I'm really not planning on keeping that.
Oh, right. I should show my extra deck as well. I am not planning on keeping either of these as well.
Which is actually kind of sad, because Adrius is actually... I mean, granted, Tyrus is actually pretty good, too, but Adrius is probably, like, one of the best of the original Xyz monsters.
Adrius is... I remember having to deal with that last season, because you had one, and it was a nightmare.
The only thing that sucks is just the fact that it's level 5s, which, I mean, sure, we have Cyber Dragon, but that's still just one level 5 to deal with. There's quite a lot left.
But overall, I think... Yeah, I just think that you built the perfect counter to my deck, and there's no real way to tell until we shuffle up, but I don't know what I really could have done differently.
Yeah, honestly, same here, because, like, I'll probably show you in the Discord what my deck was, because I only ended up keeping 4 cards out of it entirely, and all of them were either Tribute monsters that were, like, really low statted with kind of mediocre effects, or just in general were like just not worth it compared to everything else. Like my side deck, for example, has 2 copies of Gap the Divine Soldier in it, and there was no way in hell I was ever going to be playing that card. And that's just to show how bad the other 4 cards really were.
But with that, I think that'll be a wrap. This was a fun diversion, and I'm looking forward to the rest of these as they release throughout
Oh yeah,
Xyz.
because I mean, we got, what is it, like 2 versions of the second battle pack, and then the Monster League one right before we start Pendulum Era.
Yeah, those are
So
going to be fun. Unfortunately, the two of us are evenly matched enough that Battle Pack episodes are largely going to come to whoever has the better pulls, and getting that many Cyber Jars and that many Rings of Destruction was just something I could not keep up with. So, unfortunately, we are back in the loser circle this episode, so I will only get one more shot at a secret rare wildcard. I would really like to get one to either craft a Maxi or craft a Rescue Rabbit. If I craft a Rescue Rabbit, I think I have to play Dino Rabbit next episode. So let's go ahead and see what we wind up with here. I'd like to see some sort of high rarity wildcard, because we can go back pretty far. Okay, get there, please! Get to that secret rare! No, we are going to get an Ultra. An Ultra is pretty good, though. There's a lot of options I have to consider, so I will take a look to see what Ultras I can craft. So the 2 cards that I'm going to be taking out of my sealed pool are going to be Morphing Jar and Pot of Duality, but as far as my Ultra Rare craft, it took a lot for me to not take a 3rd Serato to make the Dinosaur deck work really well. But given that Duelist Revolution is rotating out and this card is very difficult for us to get for a while, I think our best bet for an Ultra Craft is going to be Effect Veiler. We have been getting a lot of our hand traps banned, and Effect Veiler is going to be extremely powerful at disrupting combos, so I think given this card's attribute, this is going to be our best bet, so I am going to lock in my pick of Effect Veiler. And that'll be a wrap for today's episode of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Progression Series. Join us next time when we open Return of the Duelist, which has the very powerful Madolche archetype in it, and it has a lot of implications for our series going forward. Until then, see you around.